Welcome back to the Vibe Theory Podcast, guys. My name is L Boogie.
I'm busy.
Perfect. And we're just continuing our conversation on the series. This is part 3, best soundtracks. And we're tapping into the culture shifting soundtracks that mark and sparked a revolution. So today we're going to focus on some iconic vintage era soundtracks today. So I think we should start it out with Shaft.
Yes, and not to mention Black exploitation soundtracks.
Yes.
So
And
that's the key.
So preface that. Let's talk some more about that, about the exploitation. Let's talk about that.
So this is that period where you had movie producers really just putting out there the epidemic that was hitting the streets. You had the drug epidemic, you had poverty hitting the streets, homelessness. And so you had that really being showcased in those movies during that time. And so that's where these movies really were really projecting that on the silver screen. And so that's where you have that Black exploitation. And so that's where we have those movies like Superfly, the Mack, Shaft, where they really propel those storylines into homes on the silver screen and really hitting that home. And especially with the music that followed those movies. So that's where you really want to hit that home. So we're going to jump right into it. And so our first movie, Shaft.
Yeah.
So this
what
movie came out. Exactly. So, and that was one cool brother, let me tell you.
Rest in peace.
So Shaft came out in 1971. And this album was probably one of Isaac Hayes' best body of works, to be very honest.
Okay.
Best body of works. I mean, he produced a lot of the songs that were on this album. And so, really, and don't get me wrong, he had some hits, but this album propelled him into stardom.
And it really gave him a name.
Him. Exactly.
Made him a household name.
Exactly. It really did, because I mean, it had, Shaft, of course, everybody and their mama know the song Shaft.
Yes, the beginning. You just play the first 4 chords of it.
Exactly. Exactly. So iconic all in itself. I mean, and as, looking at the information when I did some research about it, I mean, they call it a groundbreaking double LP that revolutionized. Yes. Double LP.
I know. Right.
That revolutionized film music, winning multiple Grammy Awards and an Oscar for Best Original Song.
Wow. We didn't know. And here we thinking Hustle and Flow were the first, but it truly wasn't.
Yep.
It was, dude, I'm telling you, these are things that it's like, it's not known, but it needs to be known. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When we're talking about making some iconic music,
Exactly.
And like I said, we're talking about these guys, and we're coming on the heels of the Grammys. This is the 98th anniversary of the Grammys.
Exactly. I mean, and then, to add to this was Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes became the first African American to win an Academy Award for a non-acting category. So that's another fun fact to add to this. That's the original song. So just to add a little bit more of how impactful, how iconic Shaft
this soundtrack is. Yes, exactly.
So put that in perspective of just how this album sets the stage of just kind of how soundtracks really play into movies today. How it really grew, because I mean, nowadays soundtracks are not made like they used to be.
And see, they said that it's because it's cost effective. I mean, it's too expensive. You got to get clearance from, major record labels to clear permissions from songwriters or the actual artists themselves. And I'm saying to myself, like, but how we were able to do it back then, though? You notice that everyone, when they put out a film, it had an accompanying piece with it, an audio accompanying piece. So it's like, why didn't you guys feel the need to do that anymore?
They shifted from it because there's probably so many different parts that play into it, because, Nowadays, you have streaming services now. So where you probably had a major significant drop in record sales, and now you're probably looking at the numbers of how many people are actually streaming it. And so I don't know if that data is readily available.
Being collected. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Readily available versus being able to see how many actual record sales are being purchased. So I don't know if that plays a part in it. I wish that soundtracks were being made like they used to, because to me, it's the soundtrack that makes that movie resonate. That makes it memorable. And
exactly.
So if you don't have that soundtrack, do you actually remember the movie?
The movie. And that's the truth. It is the truth. And it's so crazy that there's not somebody out there being able to tap into this, because you would think with where we're going now with AI and the way that folks even watch television because of the streaming services, if there's a series, how many times have folks downloaded music from Bridgerton? You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. So music and dialogue goes together.
Exactly.
It does.
It does. It absolutely does. And and as we go back into Shaft, the history is there. The fact that it revolutionized how soundtracks were being made and the importance of it. You see how, again, seeing how we do it.
Yeah.
And so they saw how it can actually boost a movie, because we saw that in other movies, going back to Love Jones, where first it did poorly, but then once the soundtrack came out, they put it back in the theaters and it did better.
Right. See, that's something that people don't know, but that is the truth. It was doing poorly. They put the soundtrack out, then they put it back into the theaters, and then all of a sudden it popped up. But again, you would think that you would know this from what next held. Were you not paying attention? Guys, come on. The soundtrack is what drove Way to Next Hill. Everybody knows that. It wasn't just the iconic, those ladies that were on the screen. Because think about it, these were legendary powerhouses in their right.
Exactly. So Shaft, it had the iconic song, the theme song Shaft. It had, what other songs did it have on there?
Bumpy's Lemon. And who made it even more famous? Erykah Badu, because that's on Bag Lady. And Dr. Dre, Explosive. So again, a whole new generation is getting introduced to Bumpy's Lemon, because you wanted to know where the heck this came from.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And it came from Shaft. And it had some hits, Do Your Thing. Again, that's why I say this was probably one of Isaac Hayes', if not the best body of work by Isaac Hayes.
And let's go back to Do Your Thing. Daddy Kane used it. He used it, right? On Smooth Operator. That's where it comes from. And then Jesse Powell turns around and uses it on Spend the Night. I can't make this stuff up. This is crazy.
Iconic music being sampled in other music.
That's right.
That's just a nod to legends.
How these artists transcend. Not only they still had their own pocket, they had their own albums that they were producing, but they found the time to do this with this other piece of body of work, which is film, and take it to a different level, because now you're casting your net even wider.
Yep.
Because you say you might have a person who just goes to films, they're not really too much into music, or are they? Unless it equates with a film, right?
Yep.
So I think the love of folks, because you got some people who are just collectors of soundtracks only. They might not collect bodies of work from the artists, but they do collect soundtracks.
Yeah.
And I
absolutely.
think that what we're going to start seeing is a resurgence of that. I'm telling you, we got to see that.
As we should.
We should.
Because, I'm going to be honest. Looking back or even looking forward, one of the only franchises, and that's really the easiest way to say it, one of the only franchises that I can think of that still puts value in soundtracks is the James Bond franchise.
I would agree. Absolutely.
You know, they still see the value in it.
Right. Exactly.
And finding that artist to do the signature song that really propels their movie. And so they still understand it. Mm-hmm. And so they get it. And so, and I wish that other, you know,
movie houses would think the same. Yeah, production companies think like that, you know?
Exactly.
Because there's some value in it. Again, it's think of it as another vessel for them to promote their movie. I really don't understand where's the disconnect.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, all right. So we've got Shaft. So what other movie you got for me?
So then we got to go to Superfly. So little child, running wild. Man, I'll tell you, Curtis Mayfield, my goodness. It's a lot that can be said about this. I literally went down a rabbit hole with Curtis Mayfield, and just the fact of the matter that this guy was able to do this entire body of work. And it was cinema. Days. Say it again, Beezy.
In 3 days.
There you go. That part. 3 days, guys. This cat was able to create this entire ensemble in 3 days. 3 days.
Produce this album in 3 days. This iconic album in 3 days. Mind you, I don't know if this man knew he created magic, witchcraft.
I don't think so.
I don't know what you want to call it, but he did this.
He did it.
In 3 days.
In 3 days. Give Me Your Love is my favorite. That is my favorite song throughout this entire piece. Give Me Your Love just was like, Jesus, Lord, that was like the greatest love song.
You know what?
It's so
Freddie's Dead is going to be my cut. Freddie's Dead is still my cut.
Okay.
I mean, it's the bass. It's just everything that goes into it. Because, again, I told you, if I could play the bass, I'd do it with everything I do. Walking, talking, working, brushing my teeth, everything.
I tell you, the bass player is that cool cat. That cat is, and that is something about a bass player that he feels the music. So he feels with it. I mean, because it's a sexy sound.
Yep.
The bass itself is a sexy sound. So Give Me Your Love, the way he playing this, I'm like, God, what is this? Like
exactly.
I'm like,
and
gosh.
So, and I mean, and honestly, I mean, here's the thing though. Here's the interesting part about Superfly, because this just speaks to how amazing Curtis Mayfield is. Now, mind you, Superfly the movie, it did okay. It did. Yeah. It did okay. However, the soundtrack, it grossed more than the movie. So that tells you how amazing this album was.
It was groundbreaking. It really was. The music instrumentation that this man was using on tracks like Running Wild, Little Child Running Wild, like Pusher Man.
Yeah. Oh, Pusher Man.
He painted this entire vision of the Pusher Man for you.
Exactly. I mean, and on top of that, to that perm, whoever did that man's perm.
Yeah, it was a silky. It was a silk press like a ball. That silk press was right on time right there. I'm like, it had bounce and everything.
It had bounce, it had flow.
It looked like Queen Latifah had back on Living Single. Who else used to rock? Do Queen's hair, boy. That junk used to be laid. Boy, her hair used to look good. I'd be like, man, what is she? I want that man too perm. Like,
boy, but I mean, but you know, but what I like that this one says here is that the album is considered a turning point in Black music, influencing both funk and early hip hop. And that is a very true statement, because you hear it. You hear it in that beat. You hear it in the bass. And a lot of that music was sampled in today's music if you really listen to it.
Absolutely. Pusha Man sampled by Slim Shady. Eminem sampled that for I'm Shady.
Yep.
Pusha Man. So you can see it popped up on a lot of people's stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think Lloyd sampled Give Me Your Love. I want to say Bobby Valentino.
Biggie, Beastie Boys. They sampled it as well.
So, dude, again, it just transcends. It just transcends.
Exactly. So, I mean, again, Curtis Mayfield, again, absolute genius. And so that's where I say, if you've not listened to the soundtrack, listen to it.
Please.
You will appreciate Curtis Mayfield. And then it'll
Exactly.
probably make you want to go out and get more music by Curtis Mayfield.
Right. Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
if anything, this man spoke truth to music.
Yes,
because he wanted to really put the what was happening in the world in his music. And this will not be the last time you hear Curtis Mayfield's name.
That's right. That's right. It will not. It will not. And you'll be surprised when he shows up again.
Exactly. All right. So what else you got for me?
So with that, let's go to the Mack.
Yes. Another man who had a beautiful perm.
Yes.
Blowout, whatever you want to call it. That man was smooth. So smooth.
Willie Hutch.
The man was smooth.
I really do believe they do not give this man, they didn't give him his props. They should have, they should talk more about Willie Hutch and what he supplied to Southern funk.
Yes.
That's funk from the South.
Yes. And
we had a different type of funk.
Yeah. And this album was composed, produced, and performed by him.
Yes. So he's, not only is he doing it, he is actually performing it. So he's writing the material, he's producing tracks, and then he got to come back around and sing on it.
Yeah.
Boy. Yep. And the theme song, the Mack itself, this thing's sultry, man. But the most iconic is I Choose You. And we all know UGK used it with Andre and Big Boy, right?
Yes.
That's the best flip of it to me. I feel like.
That was one of my cuts.
That track. Yeah, I just love that track. I love
absolutely.
It. The horns were so thick. Willie Hutch, man. If you think about how I would like to say he probably was like a student of James Brown. And I have to put that out because to me, James has that iconic, he cemented what funk, soul funk is. Yep. And then everybody else is doing their interpretation. It's like he laid the foundation on the one in the pocket, and then everyone else added their own flavor onto it. And it morphed into something else. I think Willie Hutch, you can truly say that because I hear Southern soul in him.
Oh yeah.
The way he talked, the way he's singing on it, on some of the tracks, it makes you think Johnny Taylor, Tyrone Davis. Then the way he's picking the guitar, it's similar to that. And then some of it can be sounding country. It's crazy how it goes back from between the blues, the soul, the funk.
As they say, you can take a man out of the country, but you can't take the country out the man.
Out of the man. And that's the truth. And I can hear it all in Willie Hutch. It's that country. He got that country twang in it, and it's then you come back with that bluegrass a little bit. You can hear a little bit of bluegrass. You can hear a little bit of the soul. You can hear that that funk. Oh my God.
But but if you think about it, I mean, his starting point was Motown.
Yes.
And
so he learned from that.
Exactly. And if you think about it, Motown was built on soul. Yes. Motown was built on that type of music. And so having roots in the South, transitioning into soul with Motown.
Right.
I mean, it's a perfect marriage.
It's perfect marriage.
Exactly.
It kind of morphed into rhythm and blues, what we know today as rhythm and blues to be.
Exactly.
My goodness.
Exactly.
Perfect. The Mack scroll, though, I got one thing.
Yeah,
about
go for it.
The song. If you don't pick up anything else, pick up this song. It's called Mack's Scroll.
Okay.
Right? It was sampled by Usher in Superstar.
From
the very first, the way it come on. That's all Willie Hutch, y'all. If you think about Superstar.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. Again, that funk soul, it just keeps coming back and it just keeps intertwining with each other and it's picking up. It's almost like I am picking up these things as I'm taking this huge road trip across the country. And as I'm going through, I'm picking up things. It's almost like you're picking up souvenirs from every place that you're going and you're picking it up and what you got. This is Americana music. I'm just gonna classify as that. This is Americana.
Yeah, because I mean, and honestly, it is because I mean, again, similar to Superfly and Shaft. This soundtrack did better than the movie. You know, and it's considered a classic because of the music that was produced. And again, kudos to Willie Hutch. Give this man his flowers. Again,
they should have gave him his flowers.
Exactly. So I mean, again, iconic soundtrack, did better than the movie. And UGK, yes, love that sample. One of my faves.
The best flip of it. To me, I think it's the best flip. You know, just Jacob flipped that. They flipped the devil out of that track. My goodness.
And I like UGK, but we'll talk about them another time.
Hey, we got to talk about Chad.
And then before we move on, now that music that we've been mentioning, it was also sampled by Biggie and by Chance the Rapper. Yeah. So again, transitioning into present day, into hip hop. So,
and I'm waiting on somebody to flip it again. I just can't wait to see what they do with this music.
Exactly. All right. So we've got Shaft, we've got Superfly, we got Mack, we got one final movie, Claudine. Came out in 1974. This one, now you turned me on to this one because I had never heard about this movie, and you turned me on to this one. Now this one again came out in 1974, and this movie, the soundtrack, was produced and written by none other than Curtis Mayfield and performed by Gladys Knight and the Pips.
So it's classified as a Gladys Knight and the Pips album, but Curtis Mayfield wrote and produced all of the tracks. This is so crazy because On and On has always been my favorite song by Gladys Knight. But the way she comes in on the video, I mean, it's like she's on the one, the way the beat, then she starts singing. I'm like, there was no break, there was no, there's nothing. The engineer probably was like, damn, I didn't know you was ready. You was ready.
About yourself moment.
That song always, On and On, always get me in a chokehold. The way it comes, bow, 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 live your life. I'm like, what is going on? What's she talking about? Gladys, you gotta let me build up to it now. What did you do?
But that's Gladys, though. I mean, that's Gladys.
That's Gladys.
I mean,
that's
Gladys.
She rips this song, guys. This woman, Gladys was the truth, man. I ain't gonna even lie. Gladys, that sister had a voice that was iconic. And again, that's that Southern soul. She gave you that Southern soul, but kind of polished and not. But
and this song was written by Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah.
You know, to share. Curtis Mayfield wrote and produced the entire album. The entire album. So again, look at the work that he did with Superfly.
Yeah.
2 years later, turned it around. Claudine.
Again, if you didn't know the man before, I guarantee you know him now.
You know him now.
Because this is crazy. And I wonder, did he do this within 3 days?
Now, it doesn't say he did it in 3 days in this one. It doesn't say that he made it in 3 days.
Right. But I just wonder, because, you know, oh my goodness. Man, the way it might have been the way she came in like that. She was saying, hey, this dude got us on a schedule, a tight schedule. You need to wrap it up. Come on, bro. I'm ready to lay it down. I know she caught the engineer off guard. That was crazy. I was like,
but I mean, honestly, I'm going to let you know, though. Gladys Knight, love Gladys Knight, because, I mean, the woman can sing. And I mean, and she makes a song hers. And that's what she did with On and On.
And that's what she did. She did with the entire project because, again, it's deemed as a Gladys Knight and the Pips album, but Curtis Mayfield wrote and produced all the tracks, right?
As they should. She is on the front cover of the album. And the Pips. Should be their album. It should be.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It's like, that, again, we go back to what Babyface, what he might have expressed, or, you know, when Whitney and the team was doing Waiting to Exhale, because it's like, how do you work with, I mean, you got to make sure that you're in the pocket and that they can sing your track. You got to have confidence in that artist to be able to just do that. And the reason why I say that is because of what we saw last night with Versus. And, you know, it was Mike Will against Hit Boy. And it was like, what I wanted to hear more about, okay, when these people came into to get a track, what is it that you're looking for from the artist to know, hey, this is gonna be straight Rihanna track, or this is gonna be straight Future. I wish somebody had a sat down and talk with them a little bit. I love the fact that Mike Will was doing that, and Hit Boy was too. But again, I think that's so much of that side, again, that speaks back to the liner notes. We'd like to hear that of how the track even became so iconic. Before this person got laid down their verses on it. I would have loved to have heard that, the story about, how Rihanna get on put up. That's crazy.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe that'll be a conversation for another time with these producers. Yeah. We'll see. But I mean, and hey, and that can always be an episode for us.
Exactly. Oh, we'll do it. We'll do it. So see, that's what I want to know.
Exactly.
Did you have to hit the button to make sure that Rihanna was ready? Because I thought I had to with Curtis Mayfield on and on for Gladys. Because Gladys just started singing.
Look, but she made it her own.
She did. And she made every track her own.
But with all these bodies of work that we've shared, if you haven't listened to them, or it's been a minute since you listened to them.
Exactly.
Listen to them again. See how they've transitioned through the years. And also see how relevant they are today.
Exactly. Because, see how well they stood up.
Because, the fact that you have artists today still sampling that music, that resonates with how well they were produced. Then
the longevity. Yep.
Exactly. And so with that, we'll end it with this, is that, music doesn't go away. It just continues to get better.
It just evolves. Exactly. It has to, it's energy. Energy has to flow into something else.
Exactly.
It's always, going through a metamorphosis.
Exactly.
So I'm waiting. I can't wait, for the next bodies of work from these amazing artists that are out here, guys.
Exactly. And so again, as we always say at the end of our shows, you can always find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. So make sure that you tune in, check us out. If you have comments, please add your comments below. We want to hear from you.
Exactly.
What soundtracks were you listening to back in the day, or even now, that you might like? Heck, it could be a Disney soundtrack.
It really could. It could. It could be the Mulan soundtrack.
Exactly. I was listening to Encanto last night. Put it in the comments. We want to know what you're listening to.
We love that dialogue, guys. We want to hear from you guys.
Exactly. So until then, I'm Beezy.
And I'm El Boogie. You guys stay popping and keep your music blasting. We'll catch you on the next one.
Exactly.
Peace.
Take it easy, everybody.